This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Royal Caribbean Cruise Line RCL donating 20,000 pounds of meat to the Bahamas Feeding Network, BFN. The hefty donation coming just before Christmas weekend at a ceremony held at the Bahamas Feeding Network's headquarters in Fox Hill. Russell Benford, Vice President of Government Relations for the Americas within the Royal Caribbean Group, says the group is proud to work with the Feeding Network, adding that this is not the first time the two entities have teamed up.
You know, we've been working with the Feeding Network for 5 years now, and this is the third year that we provided an extra gift at during the time of the holidays of food to the network. And I think, for us, as our relationship has grown over time, we've gotten to know this organization. I think we started 5 years ago, with our president and CEO actually packaging meals at Mosef House, and that was really the start of the relationship. And then as the Feeding Network has grown, our relationship has grown and deepened. And just like everybody else around the holidays, we want to provide a gift as a way to say that we care, that we love you. I mean, our friendship has grown over the years, and we see each other so much we almost feel like family.
VP Benford says that the project is near and dear to the RCL, and many members of the organization have had their hands on deck from the project's inception. Now, members of the Feeding Network expressed their gratitude for the donation, as did Lisa Ramming, Minister of State for Social Services and Urban Development.
We are extremely grateful, and I always reiterated that the government cannot do it alone. And so this here is an extension of that. And of course, our food network is that hub, that central arm that extends out to the other civic groups and individuals who took on the mandate to help with those in need. I don't like to use the word poor, but those who are underprivileged, less fortunate among us. And so I am happy and I'm grateful, because our stipend that we give to the civic groups could never be enough. And so this is an extended arm from us, and we're happy on behalf of the ministry, and we'll continue to work along with the Food Network.
The minister also calling on Bahamian citizens to be more conservative this holiday season in regards to spending habits, and is encouraging citizens to look out for those close to them who may be in need. In crime news, police dispelling rumors circulating social media that a female pedestrian who was struck by a motorist earlier this week has died. In fact, police say such information on the incident is inaccurate. According to Police Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skippings, sometime around 3 p.m. on Monday, the female pedestrian was crossing the southern side of the street from the Paradise Island Bridge when she was struck by a 2002 Chevy Equinox that was driven by a male who was also exiting the bridge. The woman was subsequently taken to hospital by EMS personnel, where she was rendered medical assistance and has since been released. Well, 5 males believed to be responsible for an armed robbery are being sought after by police. The alleged suspects robbed the occupants of a white Honda Fit, even taking the vehicle. According to police reports, sometime around 8:37 Monday night, 5 male occupants of a silver Honda Fit forced the white Honda Fit that was traveling in the area of Rose Street in eastern New Providence to stop. The assailants, while armed with a firearm, then forced the occupants out of the vehicle and stole the victim's handbag, which contained an undisclosed amount of cash, cell phone, and other personal items. The suspects fled the area in an easterly direction. Police are appealing to members of the public who may have any information relating to this or any other incident to contact police at 919, the Criminal Investigations Department at 502-9991 or 2, or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Investigations continue. Days away from the highly anticipated and long-awaited Junkanoo parades, and the Valley Boys are diving into their creative buckets, both for Boxing Day Parade and the New Year's Day Parade, with creative themes. For Boxing Day, the world-famous Valley Boys selected the theme Magnificent Wonders of the Deep, fashioned after their titled sponsors, Bahama Resort. Here's Chairman of the Valley Boys, Brian Adderley.
Bahama has used Bahamian culture and the water as a focal point for its product. And so we thought that we could fuse those three things, community, conservation, and culture, into our Boxing Day theme. And so I give you the Magnificent Wonders of the Deep. Even though Bahama stands for shallow water, Bahama's product is just based on embodying all that the Bahamas has to offer from water. There's a public service announcement that goes around, imagine the Bahamas without conch, but imagine the Bahamas without water. And so we're going to give you on Boxing Day a deep dive into the waters of the Bahamas and, quite frankly, a glimpse into our new bright blue future.
Now, for New Year's Day, the 300-plus members group will take the viewing audience on a trip to our neighbors in the north with the theme Florida, Our Next Door Neighbor. So says Frontline Chairman John Williams.
After we come up from our water, we're going to head to the airport and take a trip to Florida, to our neighbor, where we know everybody loves to go. And so we're going to show you how you get there. We're going to show you what you do when you get there. So we're going to visit Disney World. We're going to go shopping. We're going to see some attractions, take a few rides at Universal Studios, all of the likes. So we invite everybody to definitely come out and see what the Valley Boys has to offer. It's been a long time. So the parade is going to be very passionate, very energetic. It's going to be a lot of tribute to a lot of our fallen dancers that we lost over the years, especially to COVID. And so the Valley Boys are going to be the Valley Boys, nothing less.
Beginning this Thursday, that's tomorrow, the Valley Boys will have an open exhibit displaying a sample of what they're preparing to bring to Bay. And tonight we leave you with who's JCN's Person of the Year. For more than 2 decades, 22 years to be exact, Jones Communications Network's management team has chosen an individual in the Bahamas who has been outstanding and has used head, heart, and hand in the development of the Bahamas as the Person of the Year. This year, the management team named its Person of the Year in its annual Civil Society Awards as Anthony Ferguson, president of Colina Financial Advisors Limited, or CFAL, and the director of the Carbon Management Limited. In making the announcement, CEO of JCN, Kim Jones, notes that Mr. Ferguson has been chosen for his pioneering work as a wealth manager and investment specialist. Add to that, he is at the forefront in outlining the Davis administration's plan to take advantage of monetizing the lucrative assets of carbon credits for the benefit of the government and the people of the Bahamas. Mr. Ferguson has asserted that by the end of 2024, he would like to see the Bahamas to have the first listing of a natural asset company on the New York Stock Exchange. As a financial advisor, Mr. Ferguson has been responsible for raising the money of the preference shares and the equity of the shareholders in Nassau Cruise Port, which is estimated to cost $300 million. He's the non-resident ambassador of the Bahamas to New Zealand. At a later date, an announcement will be made for the presentation of the award. Well, that does it for our JCN News this evening. From all of us here at JCN News, have a wonderful Wednesday evening, everyone. I'm Lissy Bastian.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.